Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Wacky Kraken, and today is a very special day for me because I finally made it to Grand Champion in Rocket League. Now this isn't the highest rank in Rocket League, but that rank's going to take me like another 2,000 hours probably to get to, so we got a long way to go. That being said, I get questions in my Twitch chat all the time. How do you get through Champ? How do you get Grand Champ? Everyone wants to get Grand Champ. I only have Grand Champ at 2s, so I'm mainly just going to be giving tips for 2s today. But either way, if this video helps you out, make sure to hit that sub button, like the video, drop a comment if you think there's anything I can do better. I love to get feedback. So without further ado, here are my top 5 tips for making it to Grand Champion in Rocket League in 2022. Let's get it. Tip number 1. Power shot consistency and warm-up. Over the years, people have found a lot more ways to score in Rocket League than just shooting. However, shooting is still an extremely important part of the game that needs to be practiced every single day in my opinion. Right now on screen you're seeing some gameplay from the game that I actually hit Grand Champion in, and as you can see there are a few key goals that were scored just through some basic reads and power shots. No crazy mechanics. Now I'm sure you've heard this a million times, yes, don't practice crazy air dribbles and flip resets. Oh, but I want to practice the fun mechanics. Not that those things are mutually exclusive, but if you're going to hop into ranked, warm up your power shots first, and I'll show you a few ways to do that. There's a great featured map out right now called Open Nets, and I'll put the code on screen for you guys. Training Pack is great because they're all shots that appear pretty easy, but in a game, if you don't get the touch just right, it probably won't go in the net. For example, let's take a look at shot number 3. Shot number 3 has the ball bouncing off the back wall and rolling out into the midfield. Most likely, there will be a defender back post in this scenario. Maybe your teammate has just passed it off the back wall, maybe it's just bouncing there naturally, it doesn't really matter. But it's extremely important that you know exactly how to place the ball on net in this scenario. It's very likely that you hit that back post right where the defender's sitting. Let's practice it. There we go, my first attempt went right in that back post. That's really not where I want it. This time I'm going to swing out a little bit wider to the left, giving me the ability to shoot it to the right side. And there we go. I didn't manage to get it top. But you can see because I approached it in a different way, I was able to shoot it to the right. Practicing these kind of shots will allow you to be less panicked in the game and be more consistent on your shots. Alright, with all that being said, let's move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2. Practice social distancing. Now I know what you might be thinking. We're all a little tired of social distancing, right? And you also might be thinking, Kraken, you can't catch COVID from a video game. And you'd be right about that. However, this replay does a great job of showing what I mean by social distancing. Of course, there are going to be times where you're going to be in your teammate's space, and that's okay. In this clip, the ball goes into the corner, and I need to get the ball away from my own net. However, we both start to push out into midfield together, putting us at risk of being scored on. At that time, I take the opportunity to turn back and let my teammate pressure. Let's watch the clip. We head back. I loop over my teammate by getting it clear in the corner. We both start to pressure the ball at the same time. I take the opportunity to turn out of the play, my teammate's able to chase, and I'm back to get the save. It's extremely important to give your teammates space, especially if you're approaching Grand Champion. You're at a point now where your teammates are going to be able to handle themselves in most scenarios, even with low boost. When watching a teammate do something, think to yourself, could I do that? Could I recover from that? Could I go for that ball again? Would I go for that ball again? If the answer is yes, give them a little bit of space, back off. Let them do their thing. Now, tip number 3. Play more ones. Yes, I know, one sucks, okay? And maybe you don't want to play this many ones games. I have a serious problem. Okay, maybe it's true I'm addicted to ones. Let's say, hypothetically, you're not like me, and you don't like playing 1v1, which is probably the majority of the player base. When you first get on, you do your warm-up. Instead of hopping right into the 2s grind and playing 80 games of 2s and losing all your rank and going all the way back down to Diamond and getting really depressed and then not being able to sleep and then... Tip number 4! I guess that's kind of 8. Let me put that away. Practice specific ways to score. I don't mean go into free play and practice flip resets over and over. Yeah, don't be this guy. I mean practice ways to take possession of the ball and go score on the opponent. Let me demonstrate what I mean in free play a little bit. Typically in 2s, you're going to have a possession coming out of the corner. Quite often teams hit it into your corner, and then you're able to take the 100 boost, have full boost, and then attack with the ball either on your car, in front of you, whatever it is. It's up to you. So practice some specific ways of scoring on your opponent. Take a step back, and then take a power shot on net. That's a perfectly fine way of getting a dribble outside. Maybe you want to grab that 100 boost, and then have a flick. Use as little boost as you can to get it on top of your car, and then pop it up and try to carry it right into the corner like that. Those are all great options and they're perfectly fine to practice, but practice specific ones and have methods in mind on how to score. One unassisted goal a game is going to greatly increase your chances of winning every single 2s game. By a lot, you'd be surprised. And it really just comes down to confidence in your own ability. If you don't practice those specific ways to score, when you get in the game, you're going to be lost. You're going to think, well, I know how to flick, but I don't know how to flick in this exact way. I don't know how to flick in this exact setup. Practice specific ways. Increase your arsenal. Arsenal is a professional Rocket League player's name.
Tip number 5.
Mental state. I'm sure you've heard the rhyme. Don't play when you're sad. Don't play when you're mad. Play when you're happy. And you'll certainly feel rad. If your teammate named Brad starts calling you bad, don't be toxic back. And you'll surely be glad. Yeah, I just made that whole thing up, but either way, I'm not even going to show gameplay for this, but if your teammate is being toxic towards you, if you're just feeling like you're having a bad day, it's going to be so hard to pull yourself away from the game. You're just going to want to keep playing ranked. You're just going to want to keep clicking that button because you just want to see the win. But if you find yourself clicking the button and just really wanting to get to the end of the game and see if you win or not, that's not playing Rocket League. That's gambling, bro. That's gambling. I'm not saying that to hate on anyone because I do that too, trust. But at least try to recognize when you're doing it and at least try to stop yourself. Even if it's a couple games in, you need a drink? Go drink. You need some food? Eat some food. Go for a run. Work out. Take a break from the game. Alright, with all that being said, that is going to do it for my 5 tips to get to Grand Champ. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I had a blast making it, and as always, it has been an honor. Peace out. Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Wacky Kraken. I finally made it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Wacky Kraken, and today is a very special day because... What's going on, everybody? My name is Wacky Kraken, and today is a very special day because I'm finally... Yo, what's going on? I'm in a bit of a silly, goofy mood today.